Hey guys, welcome back to Fallout 4 Survival with the Exile. We start off in a little bit of trouble. It looks like we're quite dehydrated, and as a result, our strength has gone down or something like that. All I know is the result is we can't carry as much as we could previously before we went to sleep. So Francis is just emptying his inventory of any unnecessary armor pieces. So now we're going to head out, clip through the door a little bit. This is a spectacular sight. I've never actually seen the environment, the sky, look like this before in Fallout 4. I mean, it's not just a matter of the magnificently depressing cloudy blue, but then just that blazing sun peeking through. It's majestic. So we're going to we're going to get through here one way or the other, you know. As much as I'd like to see what all the commotion is with the wild mongrels and whatnot, and there were some sort of, I don't know, faction of humans running around too, we're gonna go around the outside here and first check out this relay tower. Now I'm pretty sure this is related to a quest that I've done before, maybe in the early stages of, I was going to say my Fallout 4 career, but that sounds really wanky. Early on when I started to play Fallout 4, I think I came across this. Whatever it is, I vaguely remember, but I can't remember what it pertains to now. So Francis is going to hack this terminal, and by hack, he's going to just press a few buttons. It's pretty cool. It's nice that it's, you know, oh, look at this. Things moving. The wheels are in motion. Beautiful. And we get a couple of distress signals from it, or radio signals. Let's have a listen to them.
Anyone out there interested in buying some chems? Come find me. I'm at the Green Trees with flags. Wait for me there, and I promise you won't be disappointed. These chems will really take your head off and spin it around.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Anyone out there? Can you hear me? Try to say it. Could this bring us to this?
So clearly there's some sort of interference. I can only assume that this is part of whatever quest or something similar is related to it, that will be able to clear that up. The only thing I can think of, and again, you know, this might be really obvious and this might be a quest that everyone's done, and like I said, I think I've done it too, I just can't remember it, but there's a satellite dish, or a complex with a couple satellite dishes up close. You get to see it in a second. Just like west of here, or yeah, west. I don't know, maybe you go in there and you shut something down. That's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, maybe it's in the village there. I would like to check that village out, but it's, you know, it's just too dangerous for us at the moment, considering that we're rocking survival, and I think we've got a disease, as you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen there under our AP bar, and we're, you know, pretty severely dehydrated. So, you know, that's the complex I'm talking about. I thought, you know, maybe I'd be able to get in there and snipe it out and maybe scavenge for stuff. So I take out the sentry turret there, because, you know, you don't want to get caught up close with one of those bad boys. But so as you will see in a second, I do decide against assaulting this place, even from range, because of well, wait for it. you're about to see what changes my mind. There you go, a Mr. Handy Wrecker with a skull, and that's absolutely something I don't want to deal with. If it wasn't skulled, I mean, the robots are pretty tough, last I remember. Not taking into account the fact that we're playing survival. But I know they tend to be, I think they tend to be weak against energy weapons. So maybe if it wasn't skulled, you know, maybe I'd give it a go. But look, better safe than sorry. So here we're traversing the edge of the map, which is a little bit awkward. I've mentioned this, I think, episode 2 or something like that. I kind of wish Fallout 4 did a little bit better job at covering up the borders of the map, but, you know, it is what it is. So instead you get this message of, hey, you can't go that way. As you can see there, we've got Rust Devils, which, if I'm not very much mistaken, the new enemy faction, or at least one of them, that comes with the Automatron DLC, which would explain why they're harboring you know, powerful Mr. Handys at their base. So I'm not really sure how this works. Whether Rust Devils will show up in random locations and they kind of replace raider hideouts or something like that, or if that was previously an empty area. This is a place that I've been to before. I've absolutely seen this place, but I don't think I've explored it very much. But again, you know, it was quite a while ago, so I can't quite remember. I think I'm like 165 hours into Fallout 4, which doesn't seem like much. I see people, I think I mentioned this before, like a while ago in I don't know, something, maybe a Skyrim video or something. But I see people talking about how, oh yeah, I got 20 hours in this game. So, you know, I like it. It's totally like, I'm committed a lot of time to it. And I'm like, dude, 20 hours? You high? I don't even think 100 hours is that much. I feel like if I've put in 100 hours, then that means, yes, I really like the game. If I continue to play it beyond that, then all right, then I've put in some work, you know, and I can start to consider myself as someone who knows a bit about the game. But for me, at least, and I don't want to start this circle jerk of like, oh, we have to set up, you know, certain amounts of time that you have to have put into a game before you can say anything about it or this. I don't want to do that. I'm just saying, for me personally, I feel like, you know, once we start to approach 100 hours, it's starting to get, you know, okay, I kind of know what I'm talking about. Depending on the game. Some are more complex than others. So, of course, we come across this bunker. I don't know what to find here, honestly, but we desperately need supplies. We're out of water. So, I know it's probably not the best place to look, but you can't hurt, right? We should explore places whenever possible. It sounded kind of stilted. Explore all the places. At this point, I'm not 100% sure what to expect. Based on our surroundings here... Ooh, a stealth boy. Maybe... I don't know, maybe raiders? I haven't really seen much else in these sort of underground areas. I'm not even sure what to call them. They're not sewers, I don't... Or are they? I don't know. But we've got a laser turret here. There are military corpses lying around. It seems fairly empty, so I think at this point I was sort of lulled into a false or perhaps warranted sense of security while I was exploring this place. Maybe I thought just a few traps and that would be it. But you know, we'll see how we go. Now that could have been close, you know, survival mode with a laser turret like that. But luckily we dealt with it, and I'm sure the mesh wall here, or whatever you call it, helped us a little bit. So Francis is just going to scout out the area here for a moment, both looking for supplies and making sure that there aren't any more, you know, dangerous traps or raiders or whatever. Just around the corner. We have got an elevator, so it's a little bit of a safe zone here. We can stop sneaking and just check out what's what. So here we are hacking. Unfortunately, there weren't a lot of brackets here. In fact, I think I came across 2 in total. The first one was a tries reset, which is not really what you want. It's probably a good idea to pick a word first and then, you know, have your tries reset. I suppose that's the most efficient way to do it, but then again, I don't know. It kind of goes either way. You kind of got to play the odds here. So we'll just skip through this a little bit because it's not that exciting.
That's it.
If anyone was interested, the password was aware. Aware. So this is to deactivate probably the solitary turret that was in that room. So not much out of that, but I assume what you're meant to do is sneak in there, hack the terminal, turn off the turret. I was kind of hoping that it would also deactivate, all the other turrets in the building, presumably, rather presuming that there are other turrets, but that really remains to be seen. So again, we're starting to become, encumbered. We are weak. We do desperately need some medical assistance and some water. Two things we do not have. Hey, but at least we get an elevator ride. I kind of like... I don't know, depends on the elevator. If it stinks, depending on what kind of building we're talking here. But I kind of like riding in elevators. Though I have recently ridden in an elevator that was very, very fast. And that did sort of mess with my theory and nonsense a little bit. But this is definitely an interesting structure. It looks like there are branching paths and whatnot. I mean, I just couldn't resist, or rather Francis couldn't resist exploring through this pipe here. I thought it was maybe a shortcut to the outside world. It was a little more than that, actually, which surprised me. I've never actually seen one of these pipe paths end in like more to explore. There's a bottle cap mine attached to one of those goddamn symbol monkeys. Those bloody things. I'm not a fan of those. So here we go. This is quite interesting. It seems to be a door that's only openable from inside the pipe. So this is actually, the correct way to go. It's not like an alternate path in, I don't think. Though I might have spied a button on the other side. It means we could have gotten in that way as well. So I really have no idea where we are at this point. I kind of feel like we're in perhaps a building above ground, maybe? In which direction? I really couldn't say. But hey, at least we've found a bunch of bottles, which we can, of course, use to fill up on water later and carry around with us, which is pretty cool. That's definitely handy. But now we're loaded up too much with Nuka-Cola. We gotta take the duct tape though. And oh shit, what is this? The irony. The bitter-sweet Tabasco irony. Exiled from the Brotherhood of Steel, under suspicion of being a synth, only to be slain in some abandoned building by a synth. Oh, cruel and unusual fate! Woe is me, and all that. So there you go, guys. Francis the Brotherhood Exile is unfortunately slain. He is most definitely dead. It doesn't make a lot of sense to bring him back or pick up from our last save. But hey, look, at least we had an ending, even though we're only 4 days into our adventure. And I suppose it was somewhat a fitting, if not tragic, and not, I was going to say ironic, but no, I don't think it's ironic. It's perhaps ironic in the way that most people misunderstand what irony means. The definition of irony. You know what I mean. So moving forward with the Fallout 4 survival videos, I would like to continue. Maybe I'll do it in a more traditional sense, not the recording my voice in afterwards sort of thing. It's just tricky because of, and I think it's the issue with the beta more than anything. I hope that they've only done this for the beta, but mods and the console are disabled for the survival beta. So it means it's a little tricky to customize the experience. So you sort of got to start at Vault 111 or play ahead a little bit. I can do that. I can also set up the character in non-survival and then switch to survival. But it's just a little more finicky. But yeah, I think I would like to do another survival character in a slightly different way. 'Cause it's certainly interesting, the thrill of possibly dying any second, and that might be more fun if I'm actually recording my voice while I'm playing, and I think some of you would perhaps appreciate that more. But you know, we'll see how we go. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to gently caress that like button. It needs love like everything does. Taste the game, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Roleplay Gamer, out.